All right, okay, recap time. It is Wednesday, May 13th. If we look right here, Wednesday, May 13th, we have trade recap for the day, for today. Today was overall pretty good day. If we show the news calendar that we had today, Wednesday the 13th, we had PPI news data today. And actually, the PPI that we had did more for the market than we had for CPI yesterday. And I think I'll show you that. If we go over here to TradeSyncer, we had a pretty decent day. We had a band over the account. We had multiple TPs that were hit today. We scaled out of the position pretty heavy, and overall a really good start to this trading account. So let's go straight into the charts and what I took today. So if we are looking at what we did coming into market open right here, we go through our 4-hour and our higher time frame analysis here. If we're looking on the 4-hour, we are heading towards the upside on the 4-hour right here. We are tapping into a gap that we have right here and right here, maintaining kind of this gap. If we were to go up or this gap down here, either one, don't really remember which one it was, but then if we go down to the 1-hour time frame right here, we are not bearish. We are still bullish, very, very bullish on the hourly time frame. I want to see price go back up to all-time highs all the way up here. That would probably be ideal. If we go on ES, we are maintaining the same thing. We are maintaining bullish structure. There's only really this gap to be looking at. We don't have gaps really, but if we look at what EQ is, if we look at equilibrium and what that is right here, boom, it would align pretty much. Am I blind? Jesus, bro. Where the fuck did the middle go? Yeah, it's right here. Holy, yeah, I gotta change the color of this. Jesus. Let's do like a dark blue. Bang, like that. Okay. Yeah, so it aligns pretty much almost with this gap entirely here, this bottom of this gap. So we'll see if that actually was hit today, and we did end up going down a bit further before, giving the actual move that we were going to do today, and then didn't look at the 1-hour, but I think the 1-hour broke structure to the downside here, so it was kind of fucking with us a little bit, but we're maintaining not this gap actually, but yeah, the ES is showing differently than what NASDAQ is currently showing us, but overall, bullish structure. Overall, the draws to the downside don't look favorable here. Like, what are we going to target if we target downwards, lower? You know what I mean? So if we play out what price actually did today, when we opened up, we ended up, I believe, just moving lower off of open. Yeah, we're on 5 minute. Okay, boom, boom. Yeah, as we see, come back down to actually sweep out these lows right here. And then I was looking for Asia session to get a low sweep right here, which we actually did. And then we tapped into that 1-hour gap that we saw right here. I believe 1-hour, yeah. No, 4-hour. So a 4-hour gap that we tapped into right here, boom. And then we ended up, I believe, tapping into equilibrium of the range that we had here. Yeah, bang, we just tap into equilibrium, we go to the bottom of that range. This is giving even more bias and confluence for the upside, because what did we just do? We just took out the only draw really that is to the downside that we could actually be targeting. And then we are still maintaining higher on NQ. This is looking perfect for a bullish SMT setup. However, we don't actually get that today, I believe. We still come back down and we end up, no, we do get the bullish SMT off of that. But if we go back here, we can see that price was giving reactions, price was moving higher. We ended up moving higher right here. It might have been okay to take like buys off of this if you were comfortable with being able to be wrong on the day. But personally, me, I wanted to wait for a little bit more confirmation here. So if we look on the 5-minute time frame, we end up getting moves back towards the upside here. Moves back towards the upside, and then we see we get kind of retraces back down to the downside here. Why are we on 1 minute? Bang. Okay, closer. And then, yeah, we kind of retrace back downwards here. We're kind of coming back down to resweep lows right here. and then we get like a little bit of consolidation. But as we can see, ES is still trending higher in this time frame. We end up coming up to actually take out this high before Nasdaq gives us any sort of confirmation really. And we're already seeing that price was bullish, and we're not going to come back down here to tap this this point right here. So if we see where we actually end up coming here to execute, what do we end up doing, bro? Put us back to the 5-minute. Come back up. Shebang. We start moving higher, and then what do we do right here? We break structure back on to the upside on the 1-minute time frame. We came down. We had a retrace back into equilibrium right here by breaking structure to the downside on this move right here. Boom, that's confirming it. Could have faked people out here by making them go short and saying, oh, we're going to go lower to this liquidity draw right here. But then where are you going to target afterwards, bro? Literally, where are you going to target? Are you going to target 1-minute lows? Like, no, that'd be retarded. You'd be stupid to do that. So what do we wait for? We wait for price to come back up. We move and break structure back up to the upside right here. I kind of waited it out for a couple of minutes, and then we ended up getting in right at the top of this right here. Could have gone in right here, but I waited like 2 or 3 more minutes before I entered to see if price was just going to come back down to the bottom of this range, and see if it was going to be a stop out or breakout back to the downside. But ended up taking the trade. We came back down here, looked a little scary, but then ended up just printing and printing towards our draws that we had higher. And we had so many draws that were up here. So we had hourly draws. We had just like 5-minute draws that I drew out here for break-even points, basically. And then we ended up actually going break-even right about here. This is where I put stops to break-even. I didn't take any partials at that point. But then once we ended up, bro, it's 1 minute and this 5-minute thing on this right here, it's going to piss me off. As soon as we came up to this point right here, boom, we took off half of our position. We ended up selling off half of it, and then ended up banking 250 on that. Ended up waiting until price hit this point right here. We took another contract off. Holy move, boom. And then we ended up taking a contract off here, and then we took our final contract off right there because we took 4 micros on an MNQ. And we waited and waited and waited. Price took a long time today, but it still ended up coming up. And then we fucked around before we ended up coming and hitting that draw on liquidity right there. Boom. So that was going to be our full trade for the day right there. Bang. And that's kind of how we played it out today. That was a really good trading day. And then if I ended up holding just until these highs right up here, I probably could have made like an extra 100, but dude, it was an extra $100, and I don't really care about it that much, if I'm being honest, because we only had 1 micro contract in. So better off to just secure it at London highs and then not get like a reversal on our head top, because we are literally extending 2 all-time highs again on ES at this point right here. So pretty beautiful for the price action today. And then we are still like literally at all-time highs for ES. So we'll see how we go into trading the end of the week. But that was it for May 13th.